Hi, it's Margo, and I'm here at Soap Lake, home of the healing waters. Normally, I'm Margo in Mexico, but today I'm here in Washington State, kind of in the central part, the desert part, as you can tell. I'm surrounded by beautiful sage plants right now. You can't even imagine how good that smells. And I'm so happy to be here with you today. Thank you for watching this video. So today I wanted to share with you some of the tools that I use to keep myself where I want to be, which is on feeling good. So I'm the creator of something I call my Feel Good Way, and it's normally the main body of it, the basics of it, is what I developed to help myself and others heal from chronic pain and chronic stress. But of course, what I've learned over the years is that these techniques that I have developed and borrowed from other people help me with all kinds of things besides just pain and stress. Those of you who know me know that I have gone through a very sudden and very deep loss about 3 weeks ago, and so I thought this was a really good time to talk about what my Feel Good Way really is. A lot of people think it's about just feeling good all the time and just pretending like everything's perfect and living your head buried in the sand at what's really going on around you. But that isn't it at all. What it is, it's about being present in the moment so that you can feel really good what is happening right now, this minute, no matter what it is that you're feeling. And then feeling that well so that you can process it and heal it if necessary and know what to do next. And always reaching for a feeling that feels better. And so I, of course, am grateful because I have a very long practice. I've been doing this stuff for years and years, maybe even decades. Definitely more than 1 decade, maybe more than 2. A lot of these tools that I use them all day, every day. They aren't something I just pull off of a shelf when I need them. They're really a big part of my life, and that's a big part of what my Feel Good Way is helping you become aware of the habits you have, breaking the ones that don't make you feel good, and giving you new habits that do feel really good and are fun to do. So in particular, right now, I wanted to tell you about the ones that have helped me the most, and the ones that I turn to first. So I always say emotional freedom technique, or EFT, also known as tapping, is the number one thing on my list when I realize I have something that needs to, when I feel out of balance, or when something needs to change. And it's just such a simple technique. A lot of people think of it as something that's difficult and you have to take all these classes and stuff, which of course all that helps, but it's something that you can do just while you're walking around in your life really easily. And it's mostly used for phobias and post-traumatic stress disorder, but also pain and illness and addictions or any of that kind of stuff. And if you'd like to learn more about it, I do teach classes on it, and I can do those online with you. But just the very basic thing to know is it doesn't really matter where you tap or what you say when you're tapping. Just tap, because it changes literally the vibration inside your body. We think of vibration as this esoteric term, but what it is it's actually chemistry and vibration and physics and how you are literally vibrating can change instantly when you do certain things. We spend most of our time in stress, and when we're in stress, we're tense, and so the vibration is creating a chemistry of adrenaline and glucagon and cortisol, the ones that literally tense us up and make us ready to fight or flight. And that's how most of us spend the day. But if you do these simple techniques, it instantly, literally, science has told us in 500 billionths of a second, you can go from that stress point to something that feels much better. It's fight or flight or rest and digest, just by doing something quickly that feels good. And tapping on your chest is something that feels good. Tapping around your head is something that feels good. Really tapping anywhere on your body is something that feels good. And if you have also at the same time the intention of letting go whatever has you out of balance, or letting go of what you don't want in the moment, and also having a focus on what you do want, which is to feel better while you're doing it, that is the response you'll have. Try it right now. Just start tapping on different parts of your body and notice that your breathing will slow down and that a lot of things will change around you. So the second thing, which is actually, these two are pretty equal on my list of which one I reach for first. I probably do reach more often for this next one, which I call Evo size number 1, because it's the first thing I need to change and do when I want to be better in balance. And it's super, super simple. Just put your fingertips on your temples and rub circles, and then move them back to your ear, and just kind of move those circles down the back of your ear where your head and your ear hook together. When you get to the bottom, then just drag that down to your collarbone, and then just sit there for a moment and notice how you feel. Now, I didn't say to take a deep breath, but I bet you just did take a deep breath. And then when you're ready, open up your eyes and look around and tell me, does anything look different? Holy cow, it looks so different here. My vision is clearer, colors are brighter, I'm hearing things that I didn't hear before, and I feel just like I'm here again, which is great because that's where I want to be when I'm making a video teaching you how to be where you are, right? So just that simple thing, and it doesn't have to be all that complicated. Another thing that works just as well is to just scratch around your ears, scratch around the back of your head, and then just drag that down to your collarbone. The reason why that second part, the dragging it down the collarbone, is so important is because it really does change from fight or flight drugs to rest and digest drugs. And the chemistry of your nervous system is being transported in your lymphatic system. And you have lots of lymphatic involvement in your neck, and then that dumps the fluid of the lymphatic with all that chemistry directly into your heart. Your heart beats and it sends that healing chemistry. It's healing chemistry. This isn't woo-woo, this is science, and it sends it out to every cell in your body. That's what the blood system does, is it reaches every inch of your body, every cell of your body. And when you have the chemistry of feel good or rest and digest or whatever you want to call it, that's healing you when you do it. And so the more often you do this, like there's times in my life where I'll set a timer. In fact, I do that every day. I set a timer to go off every 5 minutes, and every 5 minutes it reminds me to do something that feels good. And that keeps me in the place where I can think more clearly. When we're in stress, our breathing becomes rapid and shallow. And also the blood flow goes from the front of our brain to the back of our brain. And in the front, we can think consciously. In the back of the brain, all we do is think of what's going wrong. We act without thinking, and we only look for what's wrong. That's a physiological response to, millenniums and millenniums of our culture and our species. And it's just what we had to have, but now we have the tools to change that. So you ask the self-help gurus and the ancient spiritual teachers, what do I do about all this stress? And they say, take a deep breath and think good thoughts. But if you're in stress, your breathing is shallow and rapid, and your blood flow is to the place where all you can do is think about the past and the future, not right now. But all you have to do is do something, anything that feels good, and the blood flow comes back, your breathing becomes calm, which makes you be able to think nice things, right? So I'm not against take a deep breath and think good thoughts. But when you do something that feels good, it makes it automatic. You don't have to be some guru or somebody who's practicing 20 hours a day, right? You can do it, and you can do these things anytime, anywhere, in front of everybody. So now I want to talk a little bit more about my tools that I've been using. So one tool that I have that has been indispensable during this time is my morning practice. I have had a morning practice now for, 20 years or more. And in that morning practice, I do a full body self-massage. I drink a lot of water. I use acupressure points to relax me even more. And then I do some meditation. I do some medicinal herbs that help me be a little bit more in present time. I'm a little ADHD, and that is good medicine for me to bring me into a more calm and centered focus. And so I do that, and I do meditation, and I do some movement exercise or some physical exercise. I like to hike, obviously, that's why I'm here. But also in that practice, I do affirmations every day. I do something that I call my core belief attunements. And some of that is reading affirmations, some of it is writing affirmations, some of it is singing affirmations. But I really do I have so many sources to get affirmations from. It's just a really fun part of my day. And I do some journaling. And then once I've got all that done, I am starting what I do out in the world with my people from a place like that. And then because of the things I do while I walk around, I stay there most of the time. People who know me say that I seem to be always happy, and that I am able to practice these things, and that's what it's not automatic. These practices that I have are why I appear to be in a pretty good place most of the time. I've also had the benefit of being close to my family at this time. That's not something that is often happening in my life. I'm often a long ways away from my birth family, but I've gotten to be in the arms of many of them recently, individually and as groups, and that has been infinitely healing while I go through what I'm going through. And also I have my chosen family. I have my Soap Lake family. Thank you, Soap Lake. You've been so kind, so generous, so welcoming, and you've really given me a lovely place to heal these last few weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Soap Lake! If you want to know more about Soap Lake, let me know. It's a really awesome treasure on the planet. I also have my Deadhead family. I'm a big follower of the Grateful Dead, and through all the relationships I've made all over the world with my lucky family, I sure love you all because it matters. We matter. And I've gotten to go to some live music concerts, and I've gotten to dance and really shake off any grief that was clinging to me in these moments. And I'm getting ready to go to Boulder to see the last two shows of the summer tour. Last two shows. Oh, I'm so excited to see many of my good friends there. Thank you, family. Thank you, all of my families. I'm so blessed to be surrounded by so many beautiful people. And I've gotten some really good time with my grandchildren as well. And that might be the most healing thing of it all. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. And again, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this and to get the techniques. You might want to watch it again. But also, I want to remind you to go to my Facebook page, My Feel Good Way, and participate. Write what happens when you do try these things, and share with us some of your tools as well. I also have a website, myfeelgoodway.com, and there you can find out more about some of the classes that I offer, and also to stay in tune with with my schedule and where I'm going to be and giving massages and classes, and there's going to be a retreat this year. So I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We did it. 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 Have a delicious day. Mwah.